So day 6 of our trip was all spent in Kyoto, and because we weren't able to go to Kiyomizu-dera the day before, we ended up having to go to 3 different places in one day. First place we went to was obviously Kiyomizu-dera. We needed to revenge the place because there's no way we're leaving Kyoto without seeing it. The amount of people that there are when it's actually opened is incomparable to when it was actually closed. So it was a complete different experience walking there during the day compared to after it's closed. So all the stores, they're all open and all the merchandise is all laid out. And there's so many different things there. Some that aren't even related to Kyoto, but you know. And Kiyomizu-dera, we walked through there, and right away there's this huge gate that's like welcoming us, right? We walk through, and there's a small place where you have to pay a small fee, about like $3 or so we pay to get in, and already you're inside Kiyomizu-dera, the actual shrine itself. And again, there's a lot of people there. But then once you get to the ledge, the balcony area, you get a whole view of the mountains and the forest that's right in front of you. And it looks very nice. It's a great place to see nature, I guess, is the best way to put it. And if you keep going, there's a small ledge again that you can see the actual shrine from. And if you've seen any pictures of Kiyomizu-dera before, I'm sure it's taken from there because you see all the pillars that's holding the shrine up in place and everything. There's trees there, and you just get very nice shots there. So we walk through there, and if you keep going, you can go kind of underneath the actual shrine itself. And there, Kiyomizu-dera, Kiyomizu, as far as I know, it means like purifying water. So there's a small kind of fountain there where there's water coming out. And you're supposed to drink that water or use that to wash your hands or do whatever that you need to do, because apparently it purifies you. And you see all these people using these long kind of cups with these handles, and they're kind of using that to drink and giving it to the kids there. But the lineup was just so long, we're just like, no, there's other places we have to go. So there were a few other, places that we could have went through there, but we were on a time crunch, so we had to bounce. And the second place we went to, it's a little bit south of Kiyomizu-dera, not too far. It's called Fushimi Inari. I'm not too sure, don't quote me on this, but I believe Fushimi Inari has something to do with some god that's a fox. I may be wrong, but yeah. As we walk in, there's this shrine, and there's all these kind of offerings for the gods or whatever there. And if you keep going to the back, you see the gates that are all kind of lined up next to each other. And we're like, we're actually here, right? So we walk through there, and after a little bit, it kind of divides into 2. That I'm sure you've seen in many pictures, I've seen before, definitely. But it divides into 2, and you can go either left or right. And we decided to go into one of them. We walked through there, and we're like, dude, this is so nice. This is very interesting. Each kind of gate has different writing on it. They all say something different. Some of them are names, some of them are just anything, right? So we walk through there, and there's a few people there, and we're like, that was pretty dope. What next? And we look at the map there, and there's this kind of mountain, and you see all these kind of gates that's kind of displayed onto the thing. And we realized that we only walked like not only a 16th of the actual thing. The gates continue to the very top of the mountain, and apparently with everything there's 1,000 gates. And it takes about 20 to 30 minutes to climb the whole thing. So we're like, nope, we got another place to go to. We can't do this complete, let's just move on to the next place. So that's what we did. It's unfortunate we couldn't actually do the whole hiking experience, but we were able to preserve some energy and, you know, whatever. We wanted to see the gates, we saw the gates, we get what we asked for, so I'm not complaining. Last place, a little bit north of Kyoto, northwest I guess of Kyoto, there is a place called Arashiyama, and there is a bamboo forest that you can walk through. So to get there, it takes about 30 to 40 minutes by train. It's a pretty far location compared to other places, right? And we finally arrived there, and we walk a little bit from the station, and there's this huge kind of river. Unfortunately, I don't know the name, I didn't do my research, my apologies on that. But there's this huge river that looks amazing, and once you cross it, there's a place where you can kind of walk alongside the actual Arashi mountain itself. And there's like boats with people rowing on the boats and everything, and but unfortunately that was literally the opposite direction of the bamboo forest that we wanted to see. So after asking like 2 or 3 people, we end up finding out where it is, and we finally go there. Walking into that place, that bamboo forest, it was really like entering a new kind of world, I guess. It was still pretty bright outside. It was probably around 4 o'clock, right? So the sun is still up, right? It's not dark. But as soon as you step foot, the atmosphere is completely different. It's a lot darker, but it's not dark in a depressing or horrifying way. It's really, for lack of a better term, a very mystical fantasy kind of thing. I don't know what I'm saying. So you walk through, and the lights are just shining through the leaves and all the bamboo sprouts, and it looks amazing, right? And as you walk through, at the end there's a small shrine, and there, again, it's like a completely different world because everything's green, everything's dark. Yeah, Arashiyama. After we saw that, we were pretty hungry. We end up going to the nearest udon place, and that udon was pretty damn good. I'm not gonna lie. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna lie. That was pretty good. I heard somewhere that Kyoto's udon is very good. I only heard, I didn't know much about it, but that pretty much confirmed that statement. I got a tempura udon. It wasn't the cheapest thing on the menu, but I figured if I'm having udon, I better have it with tempura because that's what you have to do. I mean, that's just the law of the land. I'm sorry, that's what you have to do. So that was pretty damn amazing. I'm not gonna go too much into detail about this because I don't have too much footage about this. But if you ever go down to Kyoto, definitely try out their okonomiyaki. yakisobas, and also their udons. Check those out. So, day 6 of Kyoto, of Japan. Day 6 of Japan, day 2 of Kyoto. Over. I'll catch you guys later.